Hello everybody, this is Vidyasagar. Welcome to Sagar's Life Sciences channel. Today let us see how to prepare Plant Kingdom chapter for competitive exams. Mainly we are focusing on how to prepare Plant Kingdom chapter for NEET exam. Just saying for NEET exam, but it is for all kind of competitive exams related to life sciences. Actually, NEET exam purpose we want to prepare Plant Kingdom means NCERT book is insufficient. Insufficient in the sense they have given the content itself insufficient way. So we have to go for additional books like Pathfinder or Truman's or ABC Biology. Okay, fine. Before starting Plant Kingdom, you should completed biological classification chapter. That may be within the syllabus for your competitive exam, or else not also. You have to complete the biological classification. You need to know classification sequence and system so that you can understand the Plant Kingdom classification easily. Yes. So in the aspect of NEET exam, any student feel difficulty in attempting NEET question related to any chapter means, that is commonly for majority of students we can say Plant Kingdom chapters. Okay, fine. Plant Kingdom, how to prepare? First prepare classification sequence. While preparing the classification sequence, first you need to see classification like Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Angiosperms, Gymnosperms. These are the divisions, classification classes or divisions in Plant Kingdom. Okay, so first you have to prepare Thallophyta, nothing but algae. Algae, types of algae you have to see. While preparing algae, you have to focus on their composition, whether unicellular or multicellular, and cell wall type, and pigments. So all algae is not green algae. There are various types of algae, and according to their name, they don't have that particular pigment only. They are having various pigments. Okay, na? Right. So that too chlorophyll, they don't have commonly only one type of chlorophyll, they have various combinations. You need to notice this one. Images, algae related images. Actually, whatever the images given in the NCERT book, that need to be learned by you very clearly. For example, you need to know the image of Volvax, image of various types of algae and their images. Next, bryophytes. So bryophytes you want to learn means you have to know every point in important way, every point in a focused way. You need to know its meaning also. Textbook is 100% insufficient. You need to know this content as per my referred books. So every point is important in the introduction part itself. So majorly you have to learn in that one two types, liverworts and mosses. Okay, na? Right. In this one I am saying one word, gametophytic stage. They are haploid. You need to know the difference between gametophyte and sporophyte, their chromosomal content, whether 1n or 2n condition, and their types you have to learn properly. When it comes to Bryophyta, there is some organisms like Merchantia based liverworts content you can learn, and Funaria, mosses. So by taking Funaria or mosses as an example, you can learn complete mosses characteristics. And I am going to say one, there is a Protonema, some words ma, Protonema, rhizoids, and Mosses capsule, gamma. So these words come while preparing Bryophyta. That words related complete content you have to learn. You need to know what is the meaning, where it is present, what is the structure. So questions paper deep means questions from this one only. And there are special cases related to Bryophyta. That one also you see how they are useful also. So there is importance of Bryophyta, no? So like the way. So there is content, you see that. Yeah, fine. Next, pteridophytes. Pteridophytes, content given very less, but questions frequently coming. Pteridophytes case, you have to see basic introduction. Later, there is some words like prothallus, and there is some characteristics, because they are the first tracheophytes. They are the first land organisms in plant aspect. Like the way, some valuable points are there, you just see that one. I am saying heterospore is nature. Example, Salanginella, Salvinia, Marcellia. These words, these organism related points you have to see more. And pteridophytes divided into 6 classes. The 6 classes names and types. In that one, Pteridopsida, there is a class Pteridopsida, and there is horsetails, example Equisetum. So these classes related characters you have to focus more. I am asking to focus all classes, 6 classes, but more focus required on this Pteridopsida and horsetails, Spinopsida. Okay, fine. So you go through that, prepare well. Next, gymnosperms. While preparing gymnosperms, you have to compare back. Compare back means you have to compare with pteridophytes and gymnosperms and algae. In what aspect? Here, diplontic life cycle begins. I am saying one word, diplontic life cycle. Actually, one point may confuse you a lot while learning plant kingdom. That point is gametophytic stage, sporophytic stage. One basic point to understand is every plants, that may be algae or bryophytes or pteridophytes, gymnosperms or angiosperms, they have commonly 2 stages in life, gametophytic stage and sporophytic stage, but duration only differs. If gametophytic stage is too dominant and maximum life in gametophytic stage means we say that is a haplontic life cycle, and we discuss more about gametophytic stage. Anyway, sporophytic stage is there, at least a temporary, very short duration, you have to notice that. In gymnosperms, sporophyte is the dominant phase. Gametophytes are very temporary. Okay, na? Sporophylls are there. You have to know sporophyte, what is sporophyll, what is gametophyte, fertilization, embryo formation. You have to see. Here in description, while discussing the characters of gymnosperms, you see some introduction points, very interesting and important also. You have to focus on certain plants in gymnosperms, particularly Cycas, Pinus and Ginkgo. So these plants areas, and here in gymnosperms one important thing is they have symbiotic association with other organisms, that may be algae or fungi, whatever it is. That symbiotic association in roots or not. In roots means how, what is that particular species, what is the benefit, how they are sharing. These are all the points you have to see clearly. And gymnosperms case, they are woody plants, they are growing in warm areas, mostly trees. Some are shrubs. Which is shrub, which is tree, what is the condition of sporophylls. they are seed producing but not flowering, no fruits are there, naked ovules, naked seeds. So there is what is the meaning of cones or strobili? These are the words you have to see carefully. And finally, when it comes to gymnosperms reproduction aspect, you have to focus little bit more. That means in a comparative way, you follow in a comparative way with angiosperms and the rest of the organisms, I mean pteridophytes and bryophytes, then you will get more clarity. Don't forget in this comparison, there is no double fertilization, but endosperm is there. The endosperm in gymnosperms is a haploid stage, you see, like the way. And winged pollen grains we can see in gymnosperms only. So some valuable points are there, you just focus on that one. And angiosperms, actually angiosperms are purely flowering plants, presently dominating plants covered all over the world. In this one also sporophyte is the dominant part of the life. So this is diplodontid life cycle. We have to compare with other organisms, I mean gymnosperms, pteridophytes, bryophytes and algae. You see why this is sporophyte is dominant, what is that one? And just comparison only, by comparing gymnosperms with other source itself, you might get sufficient confidence on that one. But here importantly, angiosperms you can read as much as possible, but not required to spend too much of time, less time itself enough, because further chapters like anatomy of flowering plants, morphology of flowering plants, and here we can learn like what we say, plant physiology, totally angiosperms oriented mostly. So angiosperms become very easy as we go through this, but in this chapter as per the syllabus you have to prepare reproduction aspect, you have to see more particularly. So as we discussed, sporophyte, sporophyll, what is megasporophyll, what is microsporophyll, what is male gametophyte, what is female gametophyte, what is embryo sac, what is ovule, okay. What is pollen grain? Actually, what is pollen grain? Whether it is a gametophyte or sporophyte, or else if in what area it is belongs to, how. So that and all you need to see, and you just focus on the composition of embryo sac, 7 cells, 8 nuclei stage. How can you justify how there is distribution, fertilization? Actually, double fertilization is there. Okay, now fusion of male and female gametes, fusion of, I mean triple fusion is there, fusion of male gamete with the secondary nuclei, endosperm formation, embryogenesis, that like some points are there. You prepare enough, little amount whatever is there, but more we can read as the reproduction in flowering plant chapter comes, surely. Yeah, fine. So by covering this meaning, you can get a good confidence. And last, there are life cycles in book itself. After finishing all the types of plants, we have life cycles: haplontic life cycle, haplodiploontic life cycle, diplohaplontic life cycle, diplontic life cycle, like the way. What life cycle for what, which is the dominant phase, examples, that and all you see. By completing this one, surely you will get good confidence. Immediately after finishing of reading, you do practice. While doing practice, you just try to remember. Suppose you feel difficult to remember, means you can refer the book and answer, but don't see the key of that worksheet. So by doing that one, surely you can achieve the best. Thank you, dears.